Hi guys, Jim here. It's been a while, so apologies for that, for my rabid fan base. Today I thought I would record a video, but I thought I'd start a series where I tackle some Sudoku puzzles. Now, Sudoku puzzles, I'm sure most people know what a Sudoku is, um, and in fact, on this app that you're seeing in front of me right now, indeed, it is a classic Sudoku. So it's the standard sort of thing you'd see in a newspaper. What I've discovered from this this team, this little duo, although they might have a slightly bigger team these days, I'm not sure, called Cracking the Cryptic, which you can see up here. Cracking the Cryptic presents, are loads of different variants of Sudoku, and they're really good fun. Now, many of you, if you've come stumbling across this or for whatever reason, you might well be familiar with the Cracking the Cryptic channel. The guys are great. They're much better at solving puzzles than I am, that's for sure. And they've put out a load of these different apps. I call them apps, but, well, games, I suppose. This one is classic Sudoku, as I've mentioned. They've got 6 others, and even within that there's loads of different variants, and so I'm excited to sort of go through them. Now, I love playing these on my phone. I just bash them out. Well, I say I just bash them out. They're quite hard, so I very slowly grind through them at my own pace. Which I thought, do you know what? Maybe it'd be interesting to see my thought process written out in front of everyone. So you can kind of follow along, see what a very average Sudoku solver would do to tackle some really tricky puzzles. And, I won't lie, I'm probably going to need a bit of hints, some help. Now, I have completed a lot of these puzzles already on my phone, as I say, but I thought I'd record it now. I don't remember any of them, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. And, well, yeah, let's just see how we get on, right? So, yeah, why don't we just jump straight in? Now, just before we do that, what I would say is I'll leave a link to their channel. Cracking the Cryptic is fantastic, right? If you're into Sudoku, you can go check them out. You can support them. They are well worth it. And as I say, they've actually produced these different versions of these games, which you can buy on Steam or on your phone. I think they're very good value. Great stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at the classic Sudoku presented by Cracking the Cryptic. So if you haven't seen this app yourself, the way it works, you have all these lovely handcrafted puzzles. I think there are 100 on this app, and they start at 1 star. That doesn't mean it's easy, it just means it's not as hard as the others. And they you have to unlock the earlier ones. You have to collect the stars. So if I beat a 1 star level, I get a star, and then it kind of flows through. So, and then, yeah, so I need 1 star to play this one. I need 3 stars to play this one. So you'll kind of build it up. There's a couple of different ways you can order them. So, required stars, release order, or difficulty. And they released the puzzles over time. So if you were early in on this app, there was originally just 50, and then they came out in batches after that. So I am going to start with the only one that I have access to, which is puzzle number 1. It's a classic Sudoku. Yeah, let's get going. Welcome to Classic Sudoku. In Classic Sudoku, every row, column, and box must contain the numbers 1 through 9 exactly once. Right? Not much surprise there for anyone. There's a timer in the corner. I'm not too worried about my time. Okay, it'd be nice to, maybe I can go back and beat them. Now, a few things about this app. So it's quite clever. So if you click on a cell, it shows you this. It shows you what cells interact with that, right? So the light green is the box, obviously, and the row and the column, which is very helpful to see things going along. Now, what I didn't realize when I started solving Sudokus is that it's not really about just trying to find numbers that you can kind of spot. So you pick up a newspaper and you can just like write them in. This is not what it's about. Sudoku is an elimination game. Okay, so you're basically trying to rule out possible numbers from cells. Excuse me. So, and the way that you've got some tools to do that. So you've got some pencil marks here. Oh, they've actually, they've got shortcuts. So I've never done this on a keyboard before, so this might be quite interesting. So you've got some shortcuts, and obviously you can put the numbers in. Now, right, so yeah, why don't I just kind of show you? Oh yeah, notice if you click on a number, it also shows you where the others are in the grid. So there's a couple of things, quality of life things. You can play a much purer version of this game, right? Also, I hope the music's alright in the background, just relaxing music. Okay, now I'm a bit of a novice. What you should do is look for common numbers, right? So there are a few fives. So if you look along here, so the way you can solve this, right? So instantly you can see in this box, so that needs to be a 5. Okay, so that's fine. Or I can literally just do this. Oh, I don't know which I prefer. I'll probably stick with the mouse. And that's great. So that's a good number. But what's interesting is if I look in this box, there's 2 places a 5 can go. So if I click 5 there, what it does... oh, no. Oh, that's interesting. Hang on. Can I change that? Gameplay. Display X in cell. Where am I looking? Default mode style corner. Interesting. Okay, that surprises me. I thought, why isn't that going? Why isn't that going in the corner? Sorry, I'm used to a certain way of this appearing, right? So if I hit center, it's weird. Why has that not worked? Sorry about this. Aha, okay. Right, we are back. Okay, so, yeah, so I figured out what was going on there. Right. So, Sudoku, as I say, is actually all about elimination. So, if we look at 5s, in this box, 5s can only go in 2 spaces. That may or may not be relevant, but what you want to do is you just want to note them down with a little pencil mark, as they are known. And you have different types of pencil marks. So, if I wanted to put a 5 in the middle of the box, you know, I can put the numbers there like that. But for this particular thing, I think I want a corner. Okay, anything else for 5s? Yep, there's a 5. Ah. Excuse me. There's a 5. There's a 5. And okay, so the pencil mark was a bit irrelevant in the end. So, okay, so completed 5s, no dramas. Right, what other numbers are common? So there's a 7 there. Right, so 7s can only go in there in that box. Let's keep a note of that. Anything else interesting on 7s? Yes, so you can see here, so 7s in this box can only go here. Now that's more interesting, right? Because what does that mean? Well, that actually means that in this box here, 7s can't go here. Because you don't know which one it is, but you know that there is a 7 in this row here. Which means in this row, there can't be any more 7s. And so in this box, so this 7 is already ruling out this bottom row, and this 7, whichever one it is, this virtual 7, is ruling out this. So interestingly, 7s go here. And now what that gives us is actually quite an interesting pattern. This gives us a X-wing, as it is known. I probably won't need to use that in anger, so I'm going to not explain it in too much detail. But the interesting thing about an X-wing, so I got that there were 2 7s here from this row, and there were 2 7s here from this row, right? But what this now tells me is that there are also no other 7s in these columns. They have to go here, and the way you can kind of think of it is if you put a 7 here, it puts a 7 there, or if you put the 7 here, it puts a 7 there. Either way, you've used up the 2 available 7s in the columns. So if we look in this box now, we know there can be no 7s there. There's a 7 already here ruling that out, so there can only be 7s there. So that's worth a pencil mark. Okay, let's move on from 7. So 8s can only go there and there. So there's 3 places for an 8 in here. I typically wouldn't, and all of my chat, right, I've learned from the Cracking the Cryptic guys, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I wouldn't normally put pencil marks for 3 8s in there. I normally like to leave it just for the 2. 4s can only go here in this box. And they can only go here in this box. Normally what I do, honestly, is just start at 1 and work my way up slowly. Oh, in fact, that's worth it. So what I quite like about this app as well, if you accidentally highlight an extra cell, as long as it's already got a number in, you won't overwrite it with an extra pencil mark, so it can be quite a useful way to select multiple cells, particularly on your phone. Right? Oh, here we go. So there's a 1 there. Yeah, so here we go. So the fact that we know that there's a 1 in these 2 rules out 1s here. Obviously, we've already ruled out 1s here, so that 1s can only go there in that box. So that's quite nice. What about 2s? Should we just work our way up? So 2s there. 3s. Oh, there's not much going. Well, actually, I say that there's 3s there. 3s there. Anything else? Yes, I maligned 3s a little bit there, didn't I? They're 5. Right, 4. We looked at 4, didn't we? 5. 5s we've done. You can see 5s are done because that's been grayed out, which is quite nice. Again, just a little quality of life thing. See, there's a 6 in those 2 cells in that box. Oh, similarly here. Oh, this box looks quite restricted on 6s. It is indeed. So this box is similarly restricted. Can only go in these 2. And again, I know that not because of that 6 by itself. There's no help here. But if you look at this, we've got 6s there. So that's 6, and that leaves only 2 spaces for 6s. Is that helpful? Not really. 7s, we spent ages on 7s. 8s, and we've got 1 9. Oh no, we've got 2 9s. 2 9s. You can see, I've been chatting for a bit, but you can see that actually this is a 1-star puzzle, and there's not a lot of freebies. What else we got? So 9s can go here. Now this is slightly difficult to see. But if you look in this, well, actually the easiest thing, in this column, you need to put a 9, right? Every column has 1 through 9. Where can the 9 go in this column? Well, because that's ruled out by this 9, there must be a 9 here. So this box's 9 is also here. Can't do much more than that for the time being, so I'm going to leave it there. We got this down to 4, haven't we? So why don't, so this is where I start using the middle pencil marks. So what we got here, 1 6 9 and 2. Oh yeah, 2. I missed that the 2s could go there. Have I missed others? Did I check 2s? I don't think I did. I know there's some pencil marks down there for 2s. We didn't do a good job because look, they're also here. So in this box, oh no, hang on. Being blind, that is a 2. Okay, so now this is interesting, right? So I know there's a 2 here, but I've got a 9 pencil marked in it. Right, and because I only allowed 2 pencil marks for 9s, I know if that's a 2, if I find my other 9 pencil mark, that must be a 9. So I don't need to waste time kind of double checking. The pencil marks do that for me. Take care of the 1 and the 6. And that, you know, and this is where this app is useful, right? Because it highlights your pencil marks as well. So I know that down here that takes care of that 6, and in fact that takes care of that 6. That, as I'm here, that takes care of that 7, and that takes care of that 7. Excuse me. But let's stick back with 6s for a second. So if I look here, so I know that there's a 6 here in one of these 2 boxes. Now this is where it gets quite interesting, because this is what we call a pair. I say we call it a pair. This is a pair, a 6 7 pair, and what that means is that because a 6 has to go in one of these two, and a 7 also has to go in one of these two, nothing else can go in these two. So if I put a 4 here, okay, then both a 6 and a 7 need to go in that box, so that doesn't work. So actually this is where I use my middle pencil mark, and I go 6, 7 like that. And that tells me the only thing that can be in this cell is a 6 or a 7. And in fact, I can complete the column doing that. So if I look here, what am I seeing? 8 and 9. So if I do 8 and 9 like that. Okay, actually, that was a bit dense because I can see that this is a 9 and that this is an 8. So that's fine. But that's it's a powerful technique, that the pairs. It's very powerful. Right, can I do more with 8s? Not really. Can I do more with 9s? I can. Right, so here we go. Couple of ways to see this. Where does the 9 go in this row? Well, it has to go here, and there's a 9 here, right? So there's only one place for a 9 here. Also, if I think where does the 9 go in this box? Well, there's a 9 in this row. There's also a 9 in here. I don't know which one it is, but one of these has to be a 9. There's nowhere else for it to go, which means there's effective one. Excuse me. There's effectively a 9 here, which counts as that. So that's a 9. Long-winded way of saying that's a 9. What else we've got here? That gives us this 9. This gives us this pencil mark, which, as I said, actually pairs up with the 4 that's already pencil marked. So I can make that a 4-9 pair. This is a 3-6 pair, but there's a 3 down here. So that is actually a 3. Does that make this a 6? It does. Do I know anything else about this? Yes, that's a 1 just by using this 1 over here. Oh, look. There's a solo pencil mark there, which rules it out there. So there's 1s there. You do kind of bounce around a bit. I'm trying to speak out loud, stay on top of things. But it's harder to do than I thought. Right, 8s and 4s to complete the row. That is a 2. To complete the box, that is a... Oh, you know how you can't see it sometimes. That's a 4. That's a 2. Is that all the 2s? Oh, that's nowhere near. How have I got so many 2s left? Right, I can probably sort out the 2s now, can I? Yes. Yes, I can. There's a 2 there. That leaves a 1 in this row. That's the last row done, which is nice. Can I complete 1s? Not obviously, because there's 1 there. In fact, there is a 1-9 pair here. But I get no help on 9s either for the time being, so 9s can go there, so I'll have to come back to that. What we've got going on here? 4s and 6s. Ah, it's a 6 there. So clearly that's a 6, that's a 4. Oh, that gives me the 7-6 pairing sorted out. Oh, that's all the 6s. How lovely. That is a 3, as it was the only one missing. What are these? These are 8 and 4. No, not 4, because the 4 is here. This is 8 and 3. Yes, that's right. Do I get any help? No, I don't. So you can see 8s go here. 8s go there. What am I missing from here? Yes, 4 and 8 and 8 and 3 and 7 sorts itself out, which is lovely. That sorts itself out. Oh, and has finished off my 7s. What am I missing? What goes in this box? 3 goes in this box. So that goes there. That is a 9. Surely that's sorted this out now. Has it not? Oh, come on. Am I missing something really obvious? 1s. Excuse me. I think I've made a mistake. No, I haven't. There you go. There's the 8. 8 goes there, which gives us that 3. Phew, I thought I'd done something terrible there. Right, it just wasn't solving. Right, 4, 9, 9, 1, 1.
3. Hooray! Did I spot that 9 could immediately be placed in the centre square? I did not. I did not, I'm afraid. But yeah, that's my first go on the classic Sudoku app from the Cracking the Cryptic team. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go through all the different apps, explain the sort of different variants that they offer up, and just try and complete as many as I can. I may or may not need to delve into the hints. They offer really curated hints actually, which sort of try and guide you through how to think about solving it rather than just telling you there's a 4 there, there's a 6 there, which is quite nice. So hopefully we won't see that for a while, but certainly once we start hitting the 4, 5, anything above that, I will be using plenty of hints. And I got no shame in that, right? I'm just not that good at Sudoku. But I enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching if you have, and I will see you next time. Cheers!